say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is the tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. As days go by, it's the bigger love of the family.
Well, hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
How are you? How's life? How are things? Oh, I just seen you. I seen Christy on Saturday.
We were together on Saturday.
Christy had to get something done with her car, and she opens up my car door and said, "Let's turn out, bitch!" And I fell out. Because stuff like that amuses me. And we literally spent Saturday with no plans but finding plans. And I had a great time.
Eating, drinking.
We went to Papa Do's, which since quarantine, they hadn't really been the same.
No, it's not. I mean, they're still operating off a limited menu.
Well, I think he said they're going to start this week with a full menu.
Okay.
But I actually enjoyed what I had because I think the last time I went during quarantine, I got like fried food. And I realized I really don't get fried food with them.
Yeah, I enjoyed the po' boy that I had. Their gumbo is very commercial tasting. So it's just the gumbo.
I really don't get their gumbo because they don't have it without sausage, and I hate sausage. I hate sausage with like a passion.
I don't think mine has sausage in it.
Maybe they just didn't have no order of it because I think sausage come in their stuff.
And mine barely had any rice in it.
But he said, so I asked, they really just didn't have nothing. So like they didn't have any sides. The only sides they had were like green beans and French fries. So, you know, I guess quarantine is taking a toll on everybody.
Yeah, taking a toll on, you know, deliveries and all that stuff.
But that was, we had a good time.
Yeah.
And we watched the movie, but we're going to talk about that movie later.
Yes, we will get into it. But, you know, you heard the theme song to Family Matters. You know, family sitcom. It was a spinoff of Perfect Strangers. It ran for 9 seasons.
Wait, what is Perfect Strangers?
The two guys.
It's 2 white guys, right?
Yeah.
It came on ABC, correct?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I know the 2 white guys' face, but I don't think I ever watched the show, or I may have like seen bits and pieces of the show.
Well, how they did the spinoff?
Well, I'll get into that.
Oh.
But it ran from 1998 to 1999 for 9 seasons.
1998 to 1999.
I mean, 1989 to 1990.
Got it.
Thank you.
I got you, sis. Like a year.
Yeah, 1989 to 1998.
I didn't realize it started that early, but go ahead.
Yeah, for 9 seasons. For seasons 1 through 8, it ran on ABC. And then for season 9, it ran on CBS before it was canceled. And it's actually the 3rd longest running non-animated African American show.
Who's number 1? Tyler Perry?
Yeah, I think Tyler Perry is number 1. House of Pain.
I don't think we should count House of Pain.
That was a year-round show.
No, that was a year-round show. I don't think we should count. Because Cosby Show is top 2?
No, actually, it's House of Pain is 1 and The Jeffersons is 2.
Oh, well, I thought the Cosby Show ran a long time.
I thought so too. I thought that would have been up there.
Okay, let's take out we can't. House of Pain don't count.
Yeah, that don't count.
House of Pain don't count.
He was following different rules.
Yeah.
But Tyler Perry's running like 5 episodes in one day and having them filmed in one day and pushing them out.
It was a time where every time I turned to TBS, House of Pain was on. No lie. I had never went to TBS and something else was on. It was always House of Pain for like 4 years. I promise you.
No, during college, definitely.
And it was, and then I think Meet the Browns came in too.
Yeah.
So it was like an era of TBS that was just all Tyler Perry.
They took up TV.
I don't remember, like, because CBS usually used to play Friends and Family Guy. Saved by the Bell used to come on in the morning. A different world. Originally, a different world is how I got into a different world because TBS played it in the mornings right before I went to middle school, and I used to watch 2 episodes, well, an episode and a half, and then walk to school because my school was pretty close to where I lived. But TBS had a whole bunch of like throwback shows and
then Tyler
Perry he came in. I literally, there was nothing on TBS but Tyler Perry shows.
Yeah.
I was so happy when he signed with OWN.
Yeah.
Because he gave TBS a nigga break. He wore TBS out.
I know the white people was like, finally
we got this nigger off.
we have our shows back.
Right.
Nostalgia.
Right.
But yeah, so how I was saying, the show was actually a spinoff of The Perfect Strangers because Harriet Winslow acted as an elevator operator on the show, and Carl Winslow made an appearance. And basically, due to her popularity, ABC decided to make a show focusing on Harriet and her family. And so the show starred Jo Marie Payton. She played Harriet from season 1 to half of the first season of season 9. And then Judy Ann Elder, who we all know is playing Gina Waters' mom on Martin, played Harriet for the second half of season 9. Harriet, she worked her way up within the department store. Reginald Vale Johnson played Carl Winslow. He started off as a Chicago PD sergeant and ended the show as a captain. Darius McCrary played Eddie Winslow, and we were introduced to him while he was in high school. Then we saw him go through college, and he ended the show as a rookie cop. And, he was a mediocre student and, popular, jock, mischievous. Kelly Shani, I never knew how to pronounce her middle name, Williams, played Laura Winslow. And, we saw her go from middle school to college, and she was smart, pretty popular, considered a goody two-shoes, and the object of Steve Urkel's affection. Jamie Foxworth played Judy Winslow from seasons 1 to season 4. And, she's the youngest Winslow, but also the forgotten child because she went up the stairs.
Never came
and
back.
Nobody ever addressed her.
Again.
Ever. Rosetta Lenore played Estelle, Mother Winslow. And she later got married on the show, and her name changed to Thomas. And she was a cool granny. Thelma Hopkins played Aunt Rachel Crawford. She was the mother to Richie and also the owner of the diner Rachel's Place. Brighton McClure played Richie Crawford. He was their little cousin. Jaleel White, the star of the show.
Who wasn't supposed to be the star.
No, wasn't at all, but actually saved the show from getting canceled during his first season.
He did?
Yes. He played Steve Urkel, and he was nerdy. He was a nerdy, annoying neighbor, kind of terrorized the Winslows, but he became like family, and he ended the show actually winning Laura over and being engaged to her. And then just some other characters. Sean Harrison played Waldo Geraldo Faldo. The late Michelle Turner played Myra Boutros Monkhouse.
Rest in peace.
Yes, and Orlando Brown played 3J. But yeah.
Wow, Orlando Brown.
But yeah, Jaleel White, I was reading that he actually saved the show because, the show was actually supposed to be about the Winslows, a family show focusing on them, and they were on the verge of being canceled. But then when Steve got introduced, it was just like, oh, wow, he started a phenomenon and was like, no, we want to...
Do it, hey! Do it! Everybody! Do the
Urkel!
That's back in the day. So TGI, of course, everybody watched TGI Friday. Who did?
Right.
But I remember Steve Urkel was on Step by Step. He was on an episode of Full House. He visited all. Was he on an episode of Mr. Cooper too?
I don't think so. Michelle was on the episode of Mr. Cooper because Mr. Cooper was a spinoff of...
Okay, yeah. I just feel like that era of TGI Friday, Steve Urkel visited like every show at some point. It's just like, well, how was Steve all the way here? Like, they live in Chicago. Why is Steve in San Francisco? Right. Without no parents.
Oh, because wasn't he on Full House? He was Journey Smollett's cousin?
I can't really remember, but I know he was on Full House.
He made his way.
And I remember he was on Step by Step because I feel like they did the Urkel dance at that prom or that little homecoming dance.
Girl, they may have.
It was like the tomboy daughter. It was the guy's daughter.
Yeah.
And I think she might have been scared to like go to the dance, and like Steve kind of convinced her, and then at some point they did the Urkel.
Boy, Jaleel went from to putting Family Matters on his back to carrying the whole.
He carried ABC. And then on top of that, y'all just have to remember, it was dolls, it was lunchboxes. Like, it warms my heart. It seems like he's not struggling financially, and he should not.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
I just, but I'm sure it was stressful for him to play such a big character like that and not be able to.
He was pigeonholed.
Yeah. And then I'm sure it was also stressful for him because for him to have been the one to save the show, I read that like some of his coworkers were resentful towards him because it was like it was supposed to be about us and not him.
I could see that, but y'all wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So like I kind of feel like that happened with like Good Times and JJ.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at some point, people gotta do what people need to do. What they need to do to keep the show.
I kind of understand with JJ though, because they had him cooning though.
James.
Is it James Avery? No,
James Avery.
James Avery.
No, that's the one who passed away. James Amos.
James Amos. Yeah, he felt that.
I get that, but then I need to know the idea behind him doing that because it might have been to save the show. Like now that you said that about Steve, it might be that might have been it. He was cooning, but it probably made it like easier for white people to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Which gave them more ratings.
It's like they're in the hood and they're never getting out.
They're so ghetto.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. So, because I get it, and I can see how people get resentful, but it's either get you a weekly paycheck or get off the air, and you kind of just. I feel like you need to kind of, I don't want to say conform because it sounds so terrible, but like if Carl had a problem, Carl hating him made that relationship better. You know what I mean?
So
like
it kind of fueled the tension.
Yeah. So like sometimes you just got to kind of like jump into it and just ride whatever way. Because I mean, y'all lasted 9 years, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them are still living off a family benefit paycheck.
Oh yeah, but I really didn't know that until I like happened to come upon a sketch.
I wonder who was mad.
Key and Peele did a sketch about not Full House, about Family Matters and how like how Carl didn't like Steve Urkel, and I don't know how true that is if it was him who had the issues.
And he was a kid too. That sucks.
And it was a lot of pressure on him too because then like I was reading also. It was difficult for him to grow up because they wanted him to stay in this image. It's like, well, don't lift weights because we want you to stay in that same body, or well, we want you to wear this, but now you're becoming a man. Well, the pants don't need to be that tight, or well, no, you can't.
I think the balance was. I remember reading that the balance was Stefan Arkell, where he was able to kind of like be suave in himself because he wanted to get out of that character, and that was like the balance. Like, well, you're gonna be Steve Urkel, but what we can do is you're gonna make this time machine. Right. And
then I also read how he cried when he had to play Myrtle Urkel, his female cousin. No. They said he cried the first time he had to play her because he was like, they're gonna laugh at me at school, and but yeah, like they really.
Murder Urkel was great too.
Murder Urkel is.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry he cried, but Murder Urkel is a gem.
Well, after he saw how people were accepting everything, he was like, okay, but yeah, I read that the first time he had to do that, he cried about it.
Oh no, I hate that for him.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm sure that it was. It's like, oh, I'm happy I'm on this show, but then it's like, my coworkers ain't really feeling me.
And then he really honestly. If you weren't a kid in the 90s, and I mean a kid, like if you weren't if you weren't that age where you can remember the 90s and older, he was a phenom. Like I cannot describe to you how Steve Urkel was effing everywhere. Like he had all the merchandise. He had the punchline. Like if it was today's right, if it was today's time, Do the Urkel would have went number 1 on the Billboard.
It would have.
Would have been number 1 on iTunes.
We wouldn't have been able to turn on IG without seeing y'all TikTok video.
Right. Y'all would have had all his dolls. We would whatever. Like he had lunchboxes then because that was a popular thing. But whatever's popular now, it would have been all the T-shirts, all the hoodies. People would have started saying that I do that on other shows. Like we would not have gotten away from him. He would have had 100 million followers. Yep. Like that is like he was that big of a phenom. So take the biggest person on IG right now. Literally, that was him before IG. So that's why I'm kind of happy because I feel like he doesn't have to really work.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he just do stuff just to do it sometimes.
Yeah, and just, you know,
And I think he raises his daughter by himself.
Yeah, she looks just like himself.
It does, but not like...
It's not in a bad way.
Yeah, because people said that, but I was like, I hope she don't take that in a bad way because she looks like him,
no,
but
I think
she's
a cute girl.
girl.
She looks like him though. Like, I think it's the eyes.
Yeah, it's definitely the eyes. But he was like, I don't know. He was a phenom. And the funny thing about Family Matters is, in my older, I'm gonna have to rewatch it because now
Girl, TV One
replaced.
They replaced from 3 to like 8 o'clock.
I think you said it after Bill Cosby stuff. You was like, TV One still playing the Cosby because they under contract. You was like, the second whatever that contract in, they gonna wipe away with the Cosby Show. They literally replaced Family Matters with the Cosby Show because TV One played the Cosby Show a lot. Now they're playing Family Matters like that.
A lot.
No, a lot. Like, because I think it's like Friday night is just dedicated to Family Matters. And then every other day.
Every day.
You get like a 2-hour block. Like, you know what the sad part is? Back in the day, I used to love like 2-hour blocks of TV shows. Like, they'll do Moesha for like anytime it's my favorite show back in the day, especially like when I was in high school and college. Don't let it be a block of a show I like. Like Steve Harvey's show, I was there from 4 to 6 every day. Like, I didn't see these episodes. But I have to I'm gonna try to rewatch Family Matters only because I acknowledge that Family Matters is a top tier show.
Yeah.
They had some ratings going around online where people had like Family Matters bottom of the barrel. No. Too much of Steve Urkel himself was too much of a phenom for that to even be like a bottom barrel show. And he was on like a white station, and he probably had better. He had the first show on TGI Friday. He really set the tone for the rest of the shit that was going on TGI Friday, or they did their whole Family Matters. But I don't think I like Family Matters that much now that I'm older.
Family Matters did not age well, and then plus like Family
Matters. Why
Matters
didn't it age well? Because they had that episode where Eddie got beat up. Did Eddie get beat up? But again,
Laura got beat up. But no, let me tell you.
But again?
Yeah, Laura did get beat up. But Eddie, he had police brutality or police discrimination.
That's when he went into Rachel's and he was beat up in that little leather jacket?
Oh, no. He did get beat up by a gang too. He got beat up by a gang. But the thing about Family Matters, the reason why it didn't age well is because it was good in the beginning, but then once they got older, just trying to figure out ways to like, with Steve Urkel, they started focusing too much on him and his experiments, and they had to where him and Carl did a time jump and they went back to the 70s.
And that's why Carl hated him.
Or him and Carl, they were pirates on a boat.
And that's why Carl hated him.
It was like, then it just became really corny. And it wasn't as like how it was with them dealing with real issues with gang violence or dealing with, gun control and all that stuff.
They dealt with gun control when they were in high school, though.
Yeah, but that was when it was still good. It didn't start really going off the edge till like probably like season 8. And
was that like college age for them?
Yeah,
because college age is really tricky for a lot of shows.
That was also when they had Steve and Stefan, like
were they separate?
Yeah, Steve made a clone of himself, and then it was like, well, turn it into Stefan. But then they also had Jaleel White playing all these different characters, where he played his cousin Lope Dog or something, and he was still playing Myrtle. And then they had him go into the chamber and take Stevie and 3J into the chamber, and they became like Bruce Lee. Or it was just,
I remember the Bruce Lee one. Bruce Lee one was kind of funny though.
It was just, they just started doing too much. And then like also when I look back, I used to think that Stefan Urkel was just like the
coolest nigga.
And now when I be watching this show, I be like, I think Jaleel White is cute.
You know what? I actually do. It's something about Jaleel White I like.
I think he's attractive, but the way they used to put on, they used to go for Stefan.
He laid it on so thick. Like,
hey baby, this is for the coolin'. This is for the shit. Like, they would be like, Stefan be walking down the street and everybody just dropping down. Oh my gosh, he's so dropping.
And my little my ass in 5th grade in middle school, yes.
He's so cute.
Stefan Urkel.
Or when Laura's son Saving All My Love.
You know what? I think about episode a lot because
they played it last week and I caught it and I'm just like, this song ain't what this is about.
Because I didn't fully know the lyrics. Saving All My Love for You is one of my favorite Whitney Houston songs. Top 5 for sure. It's about actually Jermaine Jackson when she was messing with him while he was married to Hazel Gordy. Little fun fact. So it wasn't until I was older I realized that Saving All My Love for You wasn't the love song I thought it was, but it's just
it's a love song.
Yeah, it's a love song. It's a mistress love song. But as a kid, when all you hear is Saving All My Love for You, and then you hear a few stolen moments, it's all that we share. It wasn't registering politely in my head.
You got your
family in there.
Need you there.
Didn't register. I used to sing the song, never register. And then like even when I seen Laura sing it on the show, I was like, oh my God, the Whitney Houston song I like. It was like one random day in college that episode came on, and I was like, wait a fucking minute. You wait one goddamn minute. First of all, this is a mistress song, and this don't mean he don't have no family. It was no other song. Like
she should have sung like Marvin Gaye's "Distant Lover" or something.
She could have did Isley Brothers' "Choosy Lover."
Or can I go all my way?
What's a Whitney Houston song she could have sung?
You give
good love to me, baby. So good.
Or he gives me life. He gives me
up. Come on, Whitney. Yeah, but like, and then she sung it so like with that red. What's she in a red dress sitting up like laying across the piano?
Yeah, because it just started getting
so
corny because it already kind of had like a corny element to it anyway.
Because it was on because TGI Friday was that type of. It was one of those shows where every episode had a learning experience. Like TGI Friday TV shows were very interesting to me because every episode ends with like an instrumental, like it's because I love you, son, or it's because I love you, Laura. You can't do this. Every literal episode ends with like a message. So it was kind of like, it had like it wasn't UPN or WB when it came to black shows because they ain't do that shit over there at UPN or WB. But I don't know. But overall, I'm gonna try to watch Family Matters again.
You have no choice but
I'm gonna actually try to see if I can get the episodes in order because I really think, I really do not like Family Matters. Like, my top 10 TV shows, I probably wouldn't even put Family Matters in my... Like, I can name more... I will put it in my top 10 because of what Family Matters is. But in reality, it's not...
It's not my go-to.
It's never my go-to. Like, if I see it on TV, I don't see what episode they on. I just turn. Yeah. Like, Steve Harvey Show, I see what episode. Different World, I see what season. Martin, it's like every other show I kind of Jamie Foxx, I always see like, oh, let me see what season they in. Okay, what episode? Okay, I'll watch. A Different World, I'll watch. Family Matters, they be like, oh, Family Matters.
But with Family Matters, I didn't even know that they had the season 9.
I told you. I knew that. I remember me and you had that conversation. I was like, yeah, Laura and Steve ended up together. You was like, what? I'm like,
the thing in my mind is when I stopped watching the show, it's just no longer. It no longer comes on. And
they ended up because I think what happened was he wasn't as nerdy.
He was still a nerd, but
he was a nerd.
Tolerable.
Yeah, he toned down. He wasn't Stefan by any means. He turned down his nerdness, and I think he went on like the season finale before they canceled it. Was he went into outer space? They thought he was going to die, and I think they thought he was dead. And so then he shows up to the house, and they're excited to see him. And then Laura comes out the kitchen and is like, "Oh my God, you're here!" And then like they embrace, and then it's pretty much, I mean, they canceled it after that season, but pretty much Laura and Steve ended up together, and everybody was happy he wasn't dead, basically.
What? It was one day, years ago, I randomly, like, Family Matters is on. I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. And I click on Family Matters. I'm like, why is Gina's mama on this show? And why are they calling her Harriet? That's not Harriet. And then I'm like, wait. When did Eddie become a cop? And I was like, Steve is in outer space. I was like, what is this? What is going on? And I was like, wait, this show went on past what I thought it did.
Cause they did. It did. What's your top 5 favorite episodes?
It would be the episode.
We're bringing top. I realized we just stopped doing top 5 at the end of the show, so we'll bring it back. What's your top 5?
It would be, of course, the party one with the do the Urkel. That one.
Do it.
It would be when Eddie, Steve, and Waldo go on that dating show, and Steve got the long ponytail with the cap on, and he'd be like, Lord, I'm coming home, say it, baby. I'm coming home. That episode, it'll be when Donna Summers is on there as his aunt Una from Altoona. The first one when she sings Let's Dance. Damn. And I would have to think about the other two because those 3 immediately stick out for me.
The ones that I don't have a top 5, but the ones that stick out for me is the Urkel one, the Urkel dance one. When is that the same episode where he got drunk and tried to commit suicide?
Yeah, even though they used to stay telling us that you can spike somebody's drink.
Let me tell y'all something. Me and Chrissy had a conversation about the 90s and how they lied about alcohol. So here's the thing. There's always a punch bowl at all these school parties. Every time. Red punch to be exact. Them people used to pour so much alcohol in them punch drinks. And then people start fixing cups, confused on why they getting drunk. Then you start drinking as an adult and you realize Taka vodka, as much as they pour it into these like drinks, you know there's liquor in it. It's like, it tastes funny. It's like, no, it tastes gross.
Right.
It's Taka vodka. So I don't know why the 90s lied and let
you know they were drinking cheap vodka because they were kids.
They were Taka vodka. Taka's bottom barrel, Burnett's vodka.
Right.
Like, I never understood. They really did play us like you could pour a half a gallon of vodka in a punch and nobody knows. Like, they fucking lied. But anyways, so that one, because I think he tried to commit suicide. And I don't know why that's funny to me because they really had to talk that nigga off the ledge.
Aunt Rachel had to get him down. And she was scared too. Get him down.
What else do I like? The gun violence one, because I just remember Laura and her best friend. Who's her best friend name? Maxine. I remember them in their cheerleading uniforms telling people to put their guns in like the plastic crates you get from Walmart. So that stands out in me too. The one where Eddie got beat up by the gang and he went to Aunt Rachel's and that leather jacket stands out to me too. I can't remember exactly, but anytime Steve and Myra and Laura kind of had like a scene I enjoyed. Rest in peace, she died of cancer.
Yeah, they said the last season she actually asked to leave because right before the show ended up getting canceled, like it got canceled in 98. So they said like the beginning of 98 she asked to leave the show because that was when she started to get sick, and then I think she passed away like right after it got canceled.
Oh damn! You know, hey, I seen something where Steve was like, not Steve. What's his real name?
I was about to say Stefan.
I was about to say, no, when I said not Steve, I said Stefan in my head. Jalil, yeah. I think they said they all took that like very hard, and I think was Eddie dating her in real life?
No, Malcolm Jamal Warner dated her.
Okay, so yeah, they all.
And she played Justine, his girlfriend on the Cosby Show.
Oh, sure did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they said that they all took that one very hard because she was just so young too. What else? What else is an episode I like? I do like I don't know. I can't remember the whole episode, but when didn't Eddie sing Tender Kisses with Tracy Spencer?
Yeah,
Tender Kisses. Where is she?
Gone away. Oh, and I also like the episode with a New Edition.
Gone tomorrow, gone
today.
And the fact is that Eddie don't sing that good.
Yeah. Whatever happened to the dreams we used to share? Where did our love go? Boy, don't you even care?
I'm going to add Tender Kisses to my. Let me add that shit now. Tender Kisses goes on.
And he also sung with Shanice.
She sure did.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, I think Shanice was on that show.
Yeah.
Wait, what did they sing though?
Shanice was having a concert. She was singing, "Can you see this love? Just how I feel. Do. It's for real." But then on the episode, he was gonna drop out of school because he was like, "Well, I wrote Shanice a song, and she gonna sing it on tour, so I'm gonna go on tour with her."
Child, I just added this to my 90s girl. Let me say something. I'm about to blow my speakers out because I'm about to sing this emotionally when I get in the car. What can I do, baby? Don't know the words. But yeah, shout out to Family Matters. Who sung the theme song? Because the theme song to that song is the guy Step by Step and Full House. What is his name?
Yeah, I could Google it.
So shout out to him because he sung all. I feel like he sung all the like.
He did. He was getting his checks. ABC was paying.
Listen, he cleared ABC when it came to a theme song. What's his name?
It was sung by.
I'm so confused.
It was sung by Jesse Frederick.
And click his name. How many theme songs did he do?
It was originally sung by Louis Armstrong.
Really?
Okay, wait. Originally in first 5 episodes. So only in the first 5 episodes.
Is Louis Armstrong?
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. Look at him, what they did to the black man.
Yeah. And then Jesse Frederick, but they don't have it so where I could like.
Jesse Frederick's song is Step by Step and Full House. And I feel like it's a couple of other songs he sung for like a theme song wise. He collected a check throughout the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, and he's white.
Yeah, that's why I said they did Louis Armstrong like that.
Oh, you learn something new every day. I did not know that.
I always knew he was white though.
He sung the songs for Perfect Strangers, Full House, Family Matters, and Step by Step.
He got a good check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so... Oh, bitch, when I get in the car and send the kisses in a minute.
What happened to the dreams we used to share?
Hey!
Where did our love go?
Boy, don't you be
In the kitchen.
I can't wait. Gone away. Okay, but yeah, so shout out to Family Matters. I'm about to jump back into y'all because I need to like... I need to see what y'all popping about. I need to revisit. Cause y'all not near my, I give y'all top 10, but y'all really not in my top 10 either. Y'all really not. I can name so many other shows I watch on repeat and I skip over Family Matters every time.
But with that being said, like Family Matters, that is TV history.
No, I can appreciate it. Yeah. No.
We were definitely raised up on it.
Yeah,
the only person, and I don't like how people be trying to sell out on Family Matters now.
They do.
Yeah, the only person that I know who, even back during the day, when at the height of its popularity, who did not like Family Matters was my mama. She's the only person that I know who was like, ugh, that show is stupid.
Well, my mama did Family Matters like that.
Girl, my mom is the only person I know.
I watch Family Matters every Friday at 8 o'clock. Like, I didn't play about that show. But just like I said, after it ended, I just...
Yeah, as an adult, going back and watching it.
It got to a point where I would watch it sparingly. When it was still on, like if I caught it, I would watch it. But then I think that might have to do with like UPN and WB coming up because their shows were a little rawer, I guess, a little less TGI Friday. Yeah, but you can't take away Family Matters. Steve Urkel being that phenom is what it is.
And I don't think before Steve and
Laura was so fine. Laura was everybody's like girl, like bae.
Yeah.
Woman Crush Wednesday. If Family Matters was today.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She would have ate Woman Crush Wednesday. She would have been selling y'all flat tummy tea and Fashion Nova. That's how bad she was.
Just imagine the debates about Laura versus Myra that they.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They would have made a dark skin, light skin thing.
Right.
It would have been over.
Right. But I don't think before Family Matters and after Family Matters have we ever seen like just a black, and I don't want this to sound bad, but like a black nerd, like Steve.
He was
Urkel,
smart.
He was very smart, and like we haven't seen that, and
we say nerd as in like Steve was considered a nerd. It was kind of derogatory. Mm-hmm. But the reality about Steve is he was like hella smart. Like they use nerd as a bad thing, but that actually, like, looking back, he really was that nigga. Like, Laura was about to be set for life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was.
Laura didn't have to work. Like, Laura was gonna win.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He would have been creating all this bullshit, iPhones and Apple. He would have been that person.
Yeah. So, shout out to Family Matters. Shout out to the cast. I mean, we ain't forgot about you, Jamie.
Jamie was in porn. I watched her porn. I did.
How was it?
I don't have to watch it again.
And she was on that VH1 show. How we actually remembered her when she came back to TV. It was on that VH1 drug addiction show, and she was like, "I was Judy Winslow," and everybody was like, "You were Judy Winslow. What happened to you?"
Yeah, hopefully she scrubbed the internet of that porn. It was terrible.
But I read that, I don't know if she's got married, but she wanted to have a child and stuff. But I think it's really jacked up that people still don't acknowledge her. But
this is my thing though. Why didn't Judy just get another gig? Like, why did that? It's just really weird that they let that take her out. Like, who was her management at the time?
Her parents, probably.
And they were trash. Because the thing was, at the end of the day, she could have booked other stuff.
Yeah, if you're an actress, you're an actress.
Yeah, I mean, that's sad that they decided they just wanted 2 kids. And they had a...
But honestly, looking at the show, Judy really wasn't needed. Even Richie had, like, more lines and more, like...
Well, Judy, what happened, I think Judy had messed up that dress. You remember when Judy had that... Was that the episode, the last episode we see her when she messed up that dress? Was that it?
That was it.
Okay, so she messed up the dress. It's a sequin dress.
That was it, but Harriet was like, you know what, Judy, gone, be gone, I banish you.
And that was it for Jude.
Never to come back.
Jude never came back. But she was a cute girl. I feel like they could have booked more. But whatever.
And she had that long, pretty hair.
She really did. Because she was playing with that dollhouse in that opening. She had a little bang. Judy, no ponytails, just hit and thick.
Girl, right.
Judy, you're an icon.
I ain't gonna give you all that, Judy.
Judy, but your hair's an icon at least.
Oh yeah, the hair. Yeah, we'll give you that. We'll give you that, Judy.
Your porn wasn't either. That wasn't the brand for you either.
I feel like that just smelled like barrels or something. Because when she was on that show,
it was definitely.
Did you feel
Black and Mild?
Did you feel uncomfortable watching?
I did, because she was uncomfortable doing it. So. I can't enjoy.
So she wasn't like Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, she enjoyed that. I can't enjoy your porn if you don't enjoy your sex. I need you to enjoy your sex so I can enjoy your porn.
Damn, that sounds sad.
Actually, I wanted to save her. I felt like she was being used. And Mike, I seen this shit like when I was like younger, like whenever it first came out. I can't remember when it first came out, but it was like an age where it was just like, oh, this is sad. Wow. And then it ended with the boy coming on her, and it was just so degrading. And she looked degraded, and I was degraded. I was like, oh my God, I watched you. Oh my God. Listen, I hope they scrubbed that from the internet. I never searched it again. I hope it's not there on Earth.
Well, I hope she's doing a lot better in life.
I hope they scrubbed that shit off the internet. Honestly, Judy, if you hear this, let me know how much it costs to scrub some shit, because I might scrub it for you, sis, if it's in my budget. We need it off the internet.
I'm gonna save you.
I can't. But enough of that. So this weekend I said how Christy came and opened my car door and said, "Let's turn up, bitch." So we went to eat, and me and Christy had a lot of thoughts about Queen and Slim. We hadn't watched Queen and Slim yet, but based on what everybody said, and I don't know about you, but like I read a lot about Queen and Slim, like just the dialogue and this, like kind of the script, and so me and Chrissy avoided it. Okay, let me start here. I like the show 20s from Lena Waithe. I don't like Boomerang. I don't like some of her interviews.
We did enjoy the episode that focused on her for Master of None, though.
Listen, bitch. Let me tell you something.
Became,
that Master of None episode, that Thanksgiving episode with Angela Bassett and Kim Whitley. And who was like Tits and Toes?
Erica
Mena. That is the reason why I paid attention to Lena Waithe. I was like, who is this girl? This is amazing. This was an amazing episode. She was heavily involved in that episode. It was I used to watch that Master of None episode like on repeat for like months.
Because it's just a good ass episode. And it won her an Emmy?
Yeah, they won an Emmy. Yeah. It was a beautiful episode. So that is what put Lena on the map. Then, some PR stuff happened that has nothing to do with, that show. And I was just like, eh. And then Boomerang came out and And then Queen and Slim came and I was just like, And so we avoided it. But since we had time on Saturday, we decided to watch it.
Because we've been saying that we were going to watch it.
And I waited because I really did want to watch it with Christy because we've talked so much about... Since Queen and Slim started showing previews, me and Christy have been talking about it and been like anti-Queen and Slim, right? And I wanted to be wrong. But we watched it. I paid $5.99 on Google Play, FYI. And...
y'all really hyped that movie up.
That movie was fucking terrible.
Y'all really hyped it. Y'all.
Okay. This is the thing. What happened didn't have to happen. Mm-hmm. That's one. And I don't understand how they became the figure of like police brutality and Black Lives Matter when the whole entire situation was their fault, but essentially, her name's Angela, because their name's not even Queen and Slim.
It's Angela and Ernest.
Yeah, and I don't even know where y'all got fucking Queen and Slim from, because that nigga wasn't Slim, and that bitch ain't a queen. But
we're all queens.
Okay, we are queens in theory, but she got that nigga killed.
She got him caught up.
Dead. I'm trying to figure out what part of the movie, what part of the with the officer, what part was the officer really wrong?
Oh, no. The officer was wrong. He definitely came in there ready to start some shit.
He did, but the thing is, they got pulled over. He did swerve. I seen that part of him. He did swerve, so the officer pulled him over and said possibly drunk. But they made a point to show that nigga swerving out the line. So yes, he did. And I'm not like a person for the police. I hate them motherfuckers too. But
he swerved. But the job of the police officer is to de-escalate things. The officer came up already on one. So,
and I get that part. They should de-escalate. We all know they definitely should de-escalate. But I guess they were supposed to be these figures because they were like, she was combative to his attitude. You know what I mean? Like, he came up with an attitude, but I don't want to say that's expected. It should be expected, but naturally it's like kind of expected of me if I get pulled over. She didn't help the situation
No,
either.
she didn't. And especially for her to be a lawyer, you would think she would be more wise than that in dealing with the police.
Like, I thought she would go more of the court route and lawyer route versus just regular ass combative route. Like, why are we pulled over? What did we do? No, you don't have to show him shit. It felt very much like that. And it's just like, yeah, he was an asshole, and I completely get that.
And especially when, as Black people, we know that we don't have those same privileges.
We really don't.
To go, at the end of the day, my dad told me years ago, I want you home safe. So you do what you got to do to get home safely, and then we gonna handle the rest after that.
Like I said, when I've gotten pulled over by the police, I pulled over before they can get out their car. I call my mom on speakerphone. Like I literally, if my mom has always answered, but if she don't answer, I call my brother or whoever, and I put them on speakerphone. Why? Because I don't want to grab my phone while the police is like near me and I get shot in the chest because I was just trying to grab my iPhone. So we all know this information. And the reality is what happened at that car wasn't necessary. It was recorded, but it was no sound. So I'm just trying to figure out how people make them the martyr when all they seen was her get out the car. Yeah, he shot her in the leg, but I mean, it's still,
she shouldn't have got out the car.
I still don't understand why she got out the car. And that's what people's like, no, because you're allowed to. Okay, no. we all know.
Yeah.
Let's not act like we have not been living in this world all this time.
And she got in the car. She was already combative anyway, and then she got the car.
And then I'm grabbing my cell phone. The one, like, I didn't realize, like, Comic View and Def Comedy Jam, and even D.L. Hughley's, like, comedy on Kings of Comedy, they always talk about kicking their wallets home and just, you know what I'm saying? He was like, the police come on, hell no, I'm picking this bitch all the way home. Like, I'm not picking up my goddamn wallet. Like, you crazy. That literally was like one of D.L. Hughley's punchlines in King of Comedy. So let's just act like we didn't grow up in like this type of space. So you jump your ass out of car and then you say, I'm grabbing my cell phone because I have the right to record. Yes, you have the right to record. I get that part. I totally do. But as a lawyer, I would expect you to let the situation pan out and you beat him with the law.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I didn't get him rolling down his window and her talking shit.
Especially when he was the one pulled over and he's trying to de-escalate the situation. Even if the officer is coming at him on one, he's just trying to play it calm. But because she's acting the way she's acting, then it's like causing the officer to be like, now okay, would it step outside?
Yeah, now he irritated. Yeah. And then the whole thing, like, can you hurry up? Which is, I wouldn't have said that shit. But, okay, he said that shit. But at the end of the day, even from there, he probably still just would have got arrested and they would have went on about their day. They would have... They
ain't catching nothing.
They didn't have nothing. Like,
anyway,
they would have... She said DUI. They would have... I've had a DUI before. They would have had him do a sobriety test on the side of the street. I could not do mines, by the way. Literally sat down. I was like, I can't. But anyways, they would have had him do a sobriety test. And even if he failed that just because he clumsy, they still would have did like a blood alcohol thing. Essentially, would it have been a pain in the ass? Yes. Would he have been okay and could went home to his family?
Yeah.
Yes.
And let's also remember, this was their first date. They weren't even feeling each other.
No, their first Tinder date. Let's be clear. And she was, but then she started off combative even in the fucking Denny's.
Why are you talking to the waitress? Like,
all right, I mean, you want scrambled eggs and they fry. He's like, oh, she has 4 kids. I see her all the time at Sam's. I mean, but she still got it wrong. And it's just like, I'm sorry, Queen was a bitch to me.
They weren't gonna make it past that night anyway.
Yeah, and I still don't understand how Queen, this lawyer, who should have a car, why would you get in a car with somebody on a Tinder date? Like, that didn't even make sense to me.
You don't even know.
Those first dates.
And then you didn't even really want to be there anyway. You were just like, well, I just came because I had a bad day today.
And you had sad eyes.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to see somebody with sad eyes. Like, bitch, what? And then on top of that,
the dialogue
was stupid.
Dialogue
was so
in this
stupid.
Movie, y'all.
And then it's like, on your first date, you damn near tell your friends you're going on the first date. You damn near put your car in a place where they can't see your license plate because you don't know if they're crazy. They don't know if you crazy. You niggas are in a car together. Like, that's just not realistic. Mm-hmm. That's just not. So the first date wasn't realistic. Now add the first date to the fact that they were super combative to this cop, and not saying that the cop was right. I'm just saying that we live in a space where we aren't combative with cops like that.
Because we know.
We fucking know. You'll get 2 shots to the dome and that be done. Like, we don't do shit like that. So and then for her to be so educated.
Yeah. And not just educated, but for her to be a lawyer. Maybe I could have accepted it more if she had a different career.
You literally should have just fought this in court.
Yeah. If she had a different career, then I could have stomached it more, but it was just no.
Yes, was a cop racist? Was a cop checking his trunk to find drugs? Yes, of course. But like, he didn't have nothing on him, so and then just this idea of, well, you're gonna be dead. It's just like, well, no, that's not. No, why did you think dead? I mean, is that plausible?
But now it's like, I'm now going to be dead because I'm along with you.
And then my problem too is, this is why people say don't fuck with people who have nothing to lose. She literally had nothing to lose. Her uncle killed her mama. We never heard about her daddy. She was just so easy. She easily could walk away from her life.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I got a daddy and a mama I
Right.
like. I especially like my daddy. Like, I
Right.
fuck with my daddy. My daddy,
Right.
I fuck with my daddy.
I love my family.
I have a cousin that I was supposed to meet
Right.
tomorrow.
He's like, I'm Christian.
I like my
say
job.
Prayers.
I
I go to church.
I want to go to Sam's tomorrow.
I talk to my pastor.
Yeah, I like my job.
She was just like, F it all, let's go.
Don't look back, but then you have to realize she ain't have shit to look back to, so now she's trying to convince a nigga not to look back. That is stupid. So don't mess with. Honestly, that movie was so damn stupid. Y'all made that movie so much deeper than it was. That little boy who shot the cop, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Them having sex while that nigga was shooting the cop was stupid. That was on the run. Why they got naked? That was stupid.
The fact that her getaway outfit was a dress and some knee-high boots, and the fact that okay, I've never been shot, but I would think that like you can't just get shot in your leg and it just be like, I'm about to be in the car cause hell, going from Ohio to Louisiana, I would think would take like a day or so, and she went from limping to then putting on these knee-high boots and a dress to being able to run, to jumping out windows, to dancing.
She was a dead fucking weight anyway. Like Chrissy said, we was watching the movie. When she jumped out the window and dislocated her arm, Chrissy was like, leave her. She's dead weight. Like, she needs to just go. She has to go at this point. Like, she's dead damn weight. Like, she got you in a situation.
Right.
She's shot in the leg. She can't run. Now her arm broke?
Right.
No. And then that was the thing, too. I know, like, they kind of built it where, first of all, the Uncle Earl is the only one who had fucking sense in that whole movie.
And he was the best part of the movie.
Uncle Earl acted his
And
ass off.
daddy. Ernest's daddy.
Ernest.
Because when he got ready to tell his dad we had it too, and his daddy hung up.
Like, and why would you do that?
Because it wasn't in him. He was not built for that.
Because naturally, I'm not built to be on the run, but I know not to tell a bitch where I'm going. I know I have to hang up in like 10 seconds because all TV shows have showed you how it go. Like, stay on the phone, keep them talking, keep them talking. Okay. That's how I would do it. Like, I would literally call mama, okay. That's how you do that shit. Like, but my problem, Uncle Earl was the only one with common goddamn sense. Let's start there.
He had to burn up the truck.
Yeah, he burn up the truck. What y'all gonna do now? You niggas can't stay here. And then they made Angel from Pose convince him. Angel, I get it while you was in it. Cute. Uncle Earl had all the sense.
And then when it was like, you gotta cut off your hair, I'm not cutting my hair off.
And then Angel took the time to unbraid this whole hair. That's what pissed me off. Y'all should have shaved that shit. So Angel took the time to unbraid all these whole braids because she didn't want to cut off her hair. Bitch, you on the run. If you don't cut your shit off and go.
On the run, we y'all didn't have to be.
On the run. And then this is the thing, too. I understand that they kind of had it where it was Jezebel's at the house and it was on the stripper clothes. But I just personally know that there was some tights in there. I know there was
tennis shoes.
I know there was some Nikes in there. Like, you're not gonna convince me that it was no Nikes, no Jordans, no Adidas, no Air Maxes. You're not gonna convince me there were no fucking flats in that whole goddamn closet. You put on them boots, them snakeskin boots and that leopard skin dress. That is the outfit you're on the run in. Like, fucking catch them. I want them niggas to be caught way before they were.
Right. Girl, it was a lot for no reason. The dialogue was a lot with the whole, I just want a man to love my scars away.
And then that's kind of threw me off because it got real Spike Lee-ish. People stopped talking and monologues came. I'm like, wow, this is really Spike Lee-ish. This is really deep, but not.
Right. And then when they hit the one guy in the car with the car, he was like, my bitches, and the boy was like, don't talk about my mama, and I got other bitches. And then when they dropped him off at the hospital, he was all, powers to the people. It's just, what? Nigga, what? And then just how they had the protest going with, let them go, let them go.
He shouldn't, his reflexes shouldn't have grabbed that gun and shot that girl. His reflexes should have been him just like laying on that ground like, I ain't got shit to do with this. Because that girl getting shot had shit to do with him.
Yeah.
And then people was like, no, because that cop was going to shoot both of them. I was like, how do we actually know that?
Yeah. Like, my issue with the movie is that it was unrealistic. And I watch a lot of realistic stuff that I think is good. But when you're trying to, like, promote this as this is the voice for this generation. This is gonna change
Black power.
Black Lives
Black
Matter.
Lives Matter.
This is speaking for Black Lives Matter.
Black Panthers.
Yeah, and it was just no. It was
Because the scenario wasn't enough. The original scenario with the police was not enough for me to write for them. And me and Chrissy always kind of laugh and agree on the fact that sometimes we wait for full stories to come out, because there's a lot of times where people start rallying for people and then you hear the story and you be like, oh wait.
I'm quick to be like,
this sounds suspect. So give me a few weeks.
Yeah.
Let me wait till everything died down. And I feel like Queen and Slim was definitely like that story. Like, I think I might have rallied if y'all made it famous on social media, but then I'd be like, this is kind of stupid, but okay. And then when the whole story came out, I would have been like, oh, well.
Girl, and then it was dumb. Y'all were in Ohio. Why not just drive up to Canada? Why drive to Louisiana and then be like, well, let's go to Cuba? Why not drive to Mexico? And then if you want to get to Cuba from Mexico, you could just fly from Mexico.
And how big is your imagination where you like, we gonna get a plane and then a plane happens up here?
Listen, I read Assata Shakur's book. Assata didn't even tell us how she got to Cuba. Assata was like, I was in jail being beat. People came and got me. They broke me out of jail. And then the next paragraph is, so I'm in Cuba. It's beautiful. I'm living my life. And it was like, wait, but Assata, so how did you, so you done told me everything else leading up to this, but you ain't.
Plane? Car?
Right. So.
Cruise?
Girl.
Were you on the Tom Turner cruise?
Right, girl. She left us hanging. She ain't tell us nothing. So I'm just like, how did y'all figure y'all were gonna get to Cuba? And then especially they were just entrusting too many people to help them.
Okay, and you said that, but I didn't mind that part, because at some point when you want to plane to fucking Cuba, you're gonna need more people in the scheme.
And for Angela to be an intelligent lawyer, she went along with that dumbass plan.
No, because I mean, it made sense. Okay, because essentially the plan would have worked if old boy didn't fold. Because he said he was poor anyway. They was worth, what, $500,000 together? So really, if he didn't fold, they would have made it to Cuba. It was him who fucked. Let me tell y'all how, so me and Chrissy watching this, right?
Don't tell him.
At the end of the movie, so the movie ends, me and Chrissy looking at each other stupid. And then Chrissy's like, well, how they knew that black man was the one who sold him out? I was like, because he was counting the money. She was like, when? I was like, he was counting the money in his trailer. Like,
yeah, I was looking down at that point.
Because
I was really confused as to why they chose to go to Cuba.
She Googled how far Ohio. She was Googling how far Ohio is from Canada. And that's why she missed the fact that nigga dead ass was counting money in his trailer. I died.
Because I was like, it had to be a smarter way. Like, that was just my thinking. And I missed him counting the money.
Nigga counted and had cash.
So, I mean.
I used to read Assata, but you know, that's stuff, like, books like that give me such, like, depression. I just don't be feeling like
if you want to read it, I got it.
You give it to me. It probably take me forever. Because that stuff, I mean...
Yeah, it took me a minute to read it.
It just be too much.
Yeah.
But I do want to see her, like, get saved and don't tell us how. Because I think that's funny. So I'm getting beat. It was like, I couldn't take it no more. Anyway, so now I'm eating a burrito. Like, wait, what? So now I drink margaritas. And then the fact is, they still hide her in Cuba. And I find that hilarious.
At this point, it's like, do they even hide her, or is it just, no, y'all can't touch her? We're not giving her up to you.
But I wonder what she had. Like, I wonder what relationship is it where they're just like, no.
Because they don't like U.S. You know, U.S. and Cuba had tension.
No, but...
and they're like, y'all, you can't come down here and bully us. Like, no.
I find that just so, and I feel like she isn't hiding. I really feel like she probably sitting at somebody's bar right now having a margarita.
Common in his book said when he went down to Cuba, he was chilling with her.
And I think Jay-Z and them say Jay-Z and Beyonce chill with her.
Okay, I didn't hear that, but
yeah, I read that somewhere that like Jay-Z, because I'm assuming Beyonce was with him, because I mean that was like,
yeah.
I mean they've been together for so long, but yeah.
I just feel it's just so stupid because I haven't heard her name during this presidential race, but just up until this point, every presidential race was just like, every presidential race would be like, and we're gonna bring Assata Shakur back, and it's just like,
Leave her alone.
leave her alone. Like, this really ain't making you no difference anyway, and we've already learned that y'all were setting up the Black Panther anyway, and so it's like, leave well enough alone. Like, you already killed off and imprisoned innocent people. Like,
because that, I can't think of his name, but they went and shot up, I think they shot through the roof while they were asleep. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was Hampton, I think.
Yeah, him. He did the really good speeches, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Fred Hampton.
Him. Yeah, so.
Wait, is it Fred Hampton or is Fred Hampton a gospel singer?
Fred Hammond is a gospel singer.
Okay, so yes, Hampton, Fred Hampton.
It is. But yeah, it's just y'all can test us out. It's okay. I'll edit. I had to edit some stuff off for covering party. So I'll tell you about that later. So I was like, listen,
it was Fred Hampton.
You know, they cancel the bitches these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just at this point, how old is she at this point?
Assata gotta be like in her 70s.
She kind of still young though too.
70s, 80s, yeah.
Yeah, she's still kind of young. I mean, 70s is not. Yeah. I thought she would be older than that.
I don't think she's. Let me see. Assata Shakur. She's 72. She'll be 73.
She's actually still relatively young in comparison to what I thought. Well, that's good. They need to just honestly leave her alone at this point.
Yeah, it's like every year. And then like Doug Christie had like put up a billboard or something about it like a few years ago, and it's just like, leave Assata alone.
Yeah, she not bothering y'all. Y'all set that lady up.
Right.
And she's not causing ruckus in Cuba.
No. So
I wonder if she ever want to come back. But I guess people visit her.
Yeah.
Because whoever helped her escape probably had the access to get.
Yeah, and I'm sure her daughter and then, you know.
But I want to do her daughter because they'll be trolling her daughter.
I wonder if her daughter still lives in the U.S. Because if she like lives in Canada or something, then I think she.
Yeah, because you know the FBI and stuff. Yeah, they still have your phone tapped on some bullshit.
Yeah. So
but whatever. What up? Assata, if you hear this, sis.
Power to the people.
Really?
The real queen. But yeah, so on to some
the reason this show actually exists at this point, because it's nothing else on TV. So apparently this show really has become an insecure show.
On to some black love that we really are here for. So Insecure. Me and Ebony been telling y'all, Lawrence and Issa, we're gonna end up back together. You know what I'm saying? And so we have season 4, episode 8, Low Key Happy, and it was written by the oh so talented Natasha Rothwell,
aka Kelly.
Yes, Kelly. Yes, and you know, with this episode, Lawrence and Issa, they meet up to talk. And this is a week or so after the block party. So we see them meeting up at a bar. You know, Lawrence with his goofy self, he chokes on a breast.
Altoid. Because he popped that Altoid right out.
He does a breast check and then pops the men in and pops it right back out. And you know, we see Issa walk in and you know, she looking cute or whatever. And next thing we know, she falls on her face. As only Issa would do. And so, you know, at this first bar that they're at, you know, just catching up or whatnot. Lawrence, he was in San Francisco interviewing, couldn't make it to the block party. Also informs Issa that, you know, him and Condola are no longer a thing. Issa lets him know that her drinking choice is no longer Prosecco with a splash of whiskey.
I'm actually drinking.
Yes.
Prosecco with a splash of whiskey because Christy had some crown. Birthday crown, a bit of birthday crown.
Yes.
And I did a splash, so it's not as disgusting as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But she's now a Prosecco and vodka girl.
And I love vodka.
Yeah.
But I talk about girls who do that.
Yeah. And she also informs Lawrence that her and Molly are no longer friends, but neither one of them really want to get into the details of that. And so, they're at the bar catching up, but then it starts getting loud and crowded. They're going off to Lizzo. And so they decide that, they're going to leave and go to the next spot. And Issa's drink is comped because she fell on her ass. Both of their drinks are comped because she fell on her ass. And so, they catch the Uber Black. They really wanted a quiet Uber ride, but the Uber driver is talkative, which is getting on Issa's nerve, which is funny. And they get to the next restaurant that Lawrence finds out that Issa has in fact been to, even though she told him that they hadn't been there, that she had not been there before. And they're like, we're gonna have an open dialogue because Issa's really like, well, what you want to talk about? And he's just like, he wants to talk about them and to see, if they could have still been together, if they would have stayed together, if she wouldn't have cheated. And, it's just a really good conversation between them because we learned, me and Ebony have always said that in the first season, Lawrence was depressed.
Even before this little shindigger, this little podcast started, me and Chrissy both said, we peeped that, like, it was depression. And you have to be a person who has went through a space of not knowing, especially if you went to college, because people kind of tell you once you go to college, the world is your
to get a job.
Yeah, the world's your orchard. And you have to, it's not always your orchard. So me and Chrissy,
no, it's the world's your oyster.
Oh yeah, we did. I'm sorry. Me and Chrissy had this conversation too on Saturday. If it's orchard or oyster, and apparently she was right. But yeah, the world's your oyster. So we've had this conversation about him being depressed because it is very depressing if you don't know what you're gonna do, and your money funny, and you just don't. When you don't know your career,
and on top of not knowing your career, you really don't have the experience. So it's like, I don't have the necessary experience, and I don't know the next step.
I just don't. Yeah. And a lot of people go home and be depressed with their parents, or if they're lucky enough, they can be depressed in their own space because they have a job and they can pay their rent. But unfortunately, he had to be depressed in front of his maid. Like, I was depressed at my mama's house, and then I was depressed in my own space because I was bartending. It's nice to be depressed with your parents and by yourself. I couldn't imagine going through that change with another, like a boyfriend.
Yeah, because we really learned how bad it was, where he was like really hard down on himself, like even seeing her get up and go to work and him not having anywhere to go, and it was to the point to where he was thinking about returning back to Virginia. And then she, on the other end, she didn't really know how bad it was. She just looked at this nigga like, ugh. Like, Issa knew he was depressed because she mentioned that when they got into it in the second season, when they got into it after Derek's birthday dinner. She brought up that he was depressed, but she didn't really understand the depths of it, because to her it was just like, she said for a year he wasn't talking to her really like that. They weren't having sex.
He wouldn't go out.
Yeah, he wouldn't go out. Like, she just felt unwanted. And it was also to the point to where she didn't even want to go home. She would drive around after work because it was just not a good environment. And, he asked her,
And he said, it's not that I didn't want you. He was just in his face.
Yeah. And he asked her, why Daniel was it that she cheated on him with? And she let him know that it wasn't a particular reason. He was just there giving her attention. For all of y'all that want to continue to ship Daniel and Issa.
Terrible.
Daniel is nothing to Issa. Just wanted to let y'all know.
And he used to bang girls while Issa was in the house.
Yeah. So, but it was just really an eye-opening moment for them, an awakening moment for them.
It's a brat.
Yeah. Well, before that, after they have this deep conversation, she goes to the restroom and we see Condola is texting Lawrence, wanting to meet up with him. But, he's letting her know that he's out. and that he'll be in touch. And then as they exit the restaurant, we get the TSA boot Calvin and his new girlfriend, or his date, Mazda. And, you know, Lawrence kind of picks up on how comfortable Issa is and, you know, kind of eggs on the conversation with Calvin, who informs him that they had actually been to the restaurant with each other.
You got the prawns joint.
Yeah. No. She got the prawns. We got the ribeye. We got the squishy squash flowers. Man, y'all had a feast in there.
I'm about to fuck shit up myself.
Like, we found out they've been to a restaurant together and that they used to get it in. He informs Lawrence they used to get it in.
And he said good times.
Enjoy. Enjoy. And Lawrence said, I will. But, you know, so after talking to Calvin, they decided to go to the art walk because Calvin brought that up. And, you know, and Lawrence did kind of fake all of us out for a little bit because he acted like he had to go somewhere, only for him to come back and be he's now appropriating that shit. So, you know, we see them at the art walk. They doing terrible pun jokes about born identity. You know, they're looking at art. You know, they discuss what makes them happy, and they also talk about where they are professionally. And Issa's taking her event planning seriously, and Lawrence reveals that he likes working with teams and producing results. And so, you know, they're both encouraging to each other, and you just kind of see them looking at each other differently. And, you know, we also see again that Condola is calling Lawrence, and he's very open with Issa, will letting her know that Condola is calling. And
we didn't have no choice. Issa seen it, but go ahead.
And, you know, he just lets Issa know that they're still in touch, but things are up in the air. And, you know, after that, Lawrence buys some artwork, but we, the viewers, aren't able to see it. So I guess we'll just have to wait until probably a season finale or something to really see what the artwork was about. And then him and Issa decide to leave, and they share an Uber when he tells Issa that they live by each other. So once they get to his place, he invites Issa into his home because Issa's teasing him about having a bachelor pad. And, you know, while inside, as Issa excuses herself to the bathroom, Lawrence returns Condola's call because she's like blowing him up. And, you know, he lets her know that them getting up with each other for that night is tentative, but he'll keep her posted. And as Issa is leaving, she tells Lawrence that she's not ready to end the night and that she knows that and he lets her know that he's not ready to end the night either. And then they make love. Sweet love. And the next morning, they wake up with smiles. Lawrence asks her if she needs a ride home, but she decides to walk. In fact, she actually struts home.
Does.
So, season 4, episode 9, which is Low Key Trying and directed by Kerry Washington.
Shout out to Scandal.
Yes.
One of my fave shows.
Yes. Well, I didn't watch Scandal.
Scandal was phenomenal.
Yeah. So we open up episode 9 to find out that Issa and Lawrence are kicking it and kicking it hard. And
what are kicking it?
Right. He reveals that he's no longer talking to Condola, but he's still considering San Francisco if he gets the job. And Nathan is reaching out to Issa about helping him move, and she's open with Lawrence about, you know, Nathan and what he is to her, but you can tell she has her reservations about still hanging with Nathan because her and Lawrence haven't really decided what they are. And then the next scene we see is our good old friend Molly talking to her therapist, Dr. Rhonda, about Issa. And she's still blaming Issa for the downfall of their friendship. But, you know, Dr. Rhonda points out that Molly shuts down when she feels wronged by others and asks if she wants to be right or in a relationship. And she asks Molly essentially if she wants to work on the relationship with Issa. And so while this is going on, we see that Issa is seeking Kelly. Well, is trying to seek Kelly's advice. Who doesn't answer the phone? She seeks Amal's advice to see like what should she do about the whole Nathan situation. But you know, she really wants to talk to Molly, and she has a dream about calling Molly. But in that daydream, things go left with Molly. But she still decides to reach out to Molly to have brunch. And Molly takes her up on that offer. And, you know, they meet up for brunch. It's awkward. But they eventually start cracking jokes and becoming comfortable. And we see that, like, Issa is very hopeful that they'll rekindle their friendship. But we find out that Molly, once she goes and talks to Andrew, she tells Andrew that they didn't really talk about anything. They were still at the surface. And that, you know, basically she felt that Issa should have brought up the block party. And Andrew reveals to her that his brother is in town and that the brother invites him to the Clippers game, basically ascending an olive branch. But Molly decides that she does not want to go. And we also see Issa's having a conversation with Lawrence, just filling him in about her meeting with Molly and showing that she's hopeful about her and Molly. And Lawrence is in San Francisco still interviewing, which he thinks is going well. And then after that, Issa helps Nathan move and informs Nathan that, you know, her and Lawrence are kicking it again, and he's hating. And they go back and forth, you know, with their little remarks. But then he reveals to Issa that he ghosted her because he found out that he had bipolar. He's been diagnosed with bipolar. And, you know, just lets her know that he wants to continue a relationship with her. And after that, they head over to Andrews over to Andrews so Nathan can get the rest of his stuff. When they get there, Molly is there. And Molly and Andrew are actually about to, you know, they're about to have an argument essentially because Molly didn't go to the game, even though Andrew's brother was extending the olive branch. But Issa and Nathan come in and stop that from happening. And they ended up all eating with each other because Molly had brought a lot of food. And, you know, they eat with each other. They're all drinking and just having a good time. And Issa and Molly start reminiscing. And they bring up a drinking game that they used to play about Celebrity Heights. And, you know, they play the game. Everybody's having a good time. But in the midst of it, Molly accidentally texts Issa what she meant to text Andrew, which was, "See, I'm trying with her." And Issa lets her know she texted the wrong person, decides to leave, and Molly goes after her. And Issa tells her that she can't be the only one trying to make their relationship work. Molly responds saying that maybe they don't fit anymore, and Issa says okay and leaves. And that is how the episode ends.
Okay, where you want to start?
That was a lot, child.
Yeah, it felt like a lot. Well, let's start with their dates.
Yeah. You know, I just want to say that Lawrence and Issa, I don't really get the feels from a lot of people, but Lawrence and Issa, they gave me the feels.
I get the feels from them. I got the feels from Olivia Pope and the president, even though he was married. I got the feels from Damon and Terry on Soul Food, the series. Actually, all my people are toxic. I got the feels from Big and Carrie. So actually, don't listen to me. But I get the feels. I got the feels from Darla and Ralph Angel.
I feel like I haven't really got the feels since like Dwayne and Whitley, and like when he
came up
to that wedding, it was like, baby, please. Yeah. So, but no, Lawrence and Issa
have chemistry.
Yeah, it was. Natasha did such a great job with like writing, and the cinematography was bomb. Like, but look,
they both look really good. Look, both of them since season one have very much so worked on their bodies, and it shows.
They don't look all dusty no more.
They look good. Like, and not saying that they were attractive people prior, but their asses look good on camera right now.
They glowed up. But after seeing this episode, I really just don't understand how you can't see that Issa and Lawrence should be together. Like,
they're the end game.
Yeah.
How are they not? Like, a lot of shows have an end game. And like, I feel like with Scooter and Khadijah, after a while, you realize that was the end game. Like, cause he popped up that one time, he was like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Then he popped up the second time, baby, I'm back. And he's just like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he popped up like the third time, and you're like, oh, this is a running theme.
Mm-hmm.
And then like how Kyle and Max end up being a running theme. When you watch, like, I'm still shocked that they try to have Hakeem and Moesha end up together when Q
so terrible.
Like Q kind of ended up being because he came back randomly. Like, I think when she something like did she have a birthday or something?
It was when Hakeem and Niecy kissed, and so she was like, "I'm a." Well, he did come back for her birthday when she turned 18,
and then that's when the teacher was there who was
Yeah.
messing with her before she was 18, but go off.
And then he came back again during the last season.
And I think they were trying to make him a running theme, and then when you. It's just like even Darnell and Maya, even though they had a child, outside of Djibouti, it was like a running theme. Like some shows just have a running theme of relationships, and I don't understand how y'all don't realize that's the fucking end game. Like, how do y'all not see that's the...
Especially like, what would be the point of keeping Lawrence on the show if it wasn't it?
Don't... Literally means nothing. So it's like... Because they really, when they broke up, like, they didn't have to bring him back at the Coachella. Like, they brought him back on Coachella, and I expect him to be...
and he looked so good on that episode.
I expect him to just be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird to me that y'all don't see running relationships. Like, Darla and Ralph Angel. Like, yeah, they got a kid to raise, but then they kept making sure they tied them in a relationship-y way, or like a... You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just... Some stuff just be the running theme of the show. And I feel like Issa and Lawrence are the end game.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to see it no other way because y'all still haven't presented somebody to me that has as much chemistry as Lawrence and Issa. And y'all try though, but
yeah,
everybody's cute. It's fun, but
I mean, Issa and Nathan have chemistry, but not like Issa and Lawrence. And I mean, Lawrence had chemistry with that girl Aparna in the second season,
but like I think Lawrence like to say nigga too much and like black stuff too much to have dated her like for real.
Yeah.
Like it was cute when we was doing like, oh, we're gonna do the marathon with our coworkers.
Yeah.
That's fun. But that's not
but
like...
that was also a rebound. So
yeah,
he shouldn't
that's
have been
not
trying to get into no relationship like that.
That's not his everyday life. Like he like I said, he like to say nigga too much and go to black shit.
He was her anyway when she was sleeping her way through the office.
He did definitely.
That was it.
Definitely was giving office pussy.
Right.
No shame.
that wasn't gonna work out too long anyway.
So like from that episode,
and we know y'all wanted Condola to work. But Condola and Lawrence didn't have chemistry like that.
Condola was too mature for Lawrence. Not in a bad way. That like even me and Chrissy was talking about how like that Thanksgiving episode went, right? And Chrissy made the comment like, I don't want to talk about foreign films at a Friendsgiving. And I mean that's the reality. And I remember telling somebody like, hey, I really feel like her friends are too mature. And they were like, no, they're immature too. I'm like, no, they want to talk about like politics.
They like to mock like serious stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
And they want to get too deep about shit that it's Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Lawrence wants to crack jokes. Lawrence wants to take some shots. He want to be amongst Kelly and Issa and Molly.
And Chad.
He wants that environment. He want to eat some food and crack some jokes. So I think that like her Friendsgiving, to me, that was the episode I was like, oh, this will never work because Lawrence isn't this serious. Mm-hmm. And that's why when everybody was upset, because they were like, oh, look at him trying to contact Issa. I think he seen that video, that IG post of Issa and her brother and was like, damn, I would have had fun eating some nachos, you know, watching the Mexican band and drinking margaritas versus having an encyclopedia war.
Right. But even the fact that even with episode 8, how people were like, he's still dealing with Condola and he's just messing with Issa to hurt her and I was like, but the text already said that they talked like that. And I was like, Lawrence is being very transparent transparent with Issa, but with Condola,
which I thought him being transparent with Issa was like, okay, we're friends, and I want you to think.
I don't have to hide nothing from you. I don't have to.
And I don't think he was hiding anything from Condola. I think he had that conversation. Condola said if Issa didn't cheat on you, what would happen? Her ass sent Lawrence to figure out what would happen, right? Oh, you're right. Well, if she didn't cheat on me, where would we be now? Let me go find out.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't just say I'm with Issa because of the prior conversation that clearly they didn't air.
Also, that wasn't her business anyway because they weren't talking like that. Like, you know, so to me, him being vague with Condola wasn't like
based on the last conversation they had.
Yeah, and it wasn't like cause you know how niggas be when they cheat on you, like you can't, if he was really dealing with Condola like that, he couldn't have been as vague with Condola as he was. He would have had to answer to her. And he didn't really have to answer to Condola. He was just being nice and was just like, I'm out handling business or whatever. And he wasn't going to tell Condola that he was out with Issa because he still kind of didn't know how things were going between between him and Issa. And him and Condola were still up in the air. And so, but Issa helped him make his mind up. And so,
I think they had a good date. Like, I like the fact that they revisited what happened because, yes, Issa cheated and that was terrible. But it wasn't like Issa cheated when they were like on an up and up and life was great. They had been having problems for a while. And we didn't know, like, looking back at first season, now, like, he did, like, she always was coming home to him. And it wasn't just because she was working. Even when she was going out at night, she was coming home to him. So, no, he forgot her birthday because he was depressed. He didn't feel like, and then I remember he said he didn't want to go anywhere. He's like, well, can we just watch TV? And I think that was terrible, but he was depressed as well. Mm-hmm. So I think, now looking at the situation, I think she fully understands how depressed he was. Mm-hmm. And then I think he understands how clocked out he really was. Mm-hmm. Because I don't even think he realized he was that clocked out. It was like, well, why don't you want to stay home? This is a nice home. I like TV. Why don't you want to watch TV? I got some Stella Artois or some Dos Equis. The game is on. You don't like the Lakers? The Lakers are playing. Kobe. Oh, rip. But you know what I mean? So it's just, I think they finally realized how deep in that conversation at the restaurant, I think they realized how their communication really had actually just cut off. Mm-hmm. And there was no discussion about nothing. And they had moments of communication, but they weren't communicating. Yeah. And, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the fact that because we caught Lawrence and Issa in first season when they were at like their ends.
But also you have to remember they were together for 5 years and I think they only had like 2 bad years. So out of 5 years, the 3 is gonna outweigh the 2. So.
Yeah, and I don't even think 3. I think they really had like a year and a half of bullshit. Yeah. But what I enjoyed too was when it was like we got to see them how they were before everything went bad.
Yeah, and I think I don't remember if I said it on the show or if just me and you were having a conversation. I was like, well, because I have been seeing their chemistry since season 3 when he came back. But then I was like, well, maybe they could give them like they could show us how they were in college and give us like a before, or not college, like after college,
post-college.
Yeah, and give us like a before, the show, so everybody could see
like how they decided to move in together.
Yeah, and everybody
because when they did the montage of first season together, Kim Weather, they were super excited. They got that sofa. It was like, look at that sofa we got. We love each other.
Yeah, but just to see like their chemistry and how they got together. But this episode, for me, showed that. It showed you, how they originally got together. Because they're both corny as hell. They're awkward. They can pick up on each other's jokes. Vibe and stuff. And,
even, her ordering, it was, too, what I enjoyed was, the familiar relationship they had. Where she knew he was about to dissect that menu, and she was like, "Don't mess this up for me." She about to come. Hungry. I need to order right now. Right. You about to be funny, right? And then how she took charge because she was just like, "All right, we're not the same people. Let me take charge. I'll order your food. I'm order my food. I'm gonna order a shared ribeye, which still takes me out.
Yeah,
a ribeye for the table.
right.
I was just like, wait.
And the fact they didn't have doggy bags after that.
Yeah.
It's just like,
well, I kind of want to eat like them. Shout out to KK. I have a friend KK who orders like that, and we do be fucking food up at the restaurant. She orders food like. KK is the funnest person to eat out with because it literally be like, let me get a 7. Clearly, we're at restaurants that don't have numbers, but essentially it'd be like, let me get a number 1, a number 2, number 5, number 6. Let me get 5 of those sides, and you just sit there and just be like, well, we got so much food. I love eating with her, but that is what I think they were missing in all these relationships and people they had. Like, she knew he was about to be ridiculous, and then he proved to be ridiculous. Like, what
like,
it is?
oh my God, this menu, everything looks so good.
And then he got ready to talk and ask questions. She's like, let me show you. He ordered like Christy. Let me tell y'all something. Christy is the pickiest eater ever. Christy only orders fast if she's been to the place. Don't take Christy nowhere new. It's a wrap.
I like my food the way I like it.
And Christy gonna order it exactly the way she like it.
But I'm a tip good. Shoot.
But it, like, that was like nice to see. Like, don't mess this up for me. I already know how you do. Like, you better fuck up.
For me, the episode, like, to me, their little side comments were funny to me because, like, when she fell and the bartender was like, yeah, we gonna take care of this.
Because you bust your ass.
And he was like, that was nice.
And how he knew when she fell, he was like, oh, so do you need a minute?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. I'll go back.
Yeah, that. We gonna make Kirk Franklin proud. Issa, are you with me? Because it was like certain things that he did, I was like, I could see Issa doing that. Like, they have the same mannerisms.
And they have the same personality, and not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like, they have a part of their personality is very relatable. Like, they understand each other.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the fact that, I mean, I understood her when she said it could not have been anybody else but Daniel, because once again, she had already dealt with Daniel. I don't know if they were having sex. They were in high school. I don't know if they were, whatever. She was very comfortable with Daniel. So it would not have been anybody else but Daniel. Daniel really just happened to come at this
the right time.
moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a terrible thing, but you know, Issa's not a cheater. She cheated.
Yeah, like,
and that's different.
Like Lawrence said in season 3 when Chad called her a hoe. She not a hoe.
She did some whole shit.
Yeah.
And so I personally like the idea of like them having a date that never ended, because throughout the whole episode, neither one of them wanted it to end. He asked if she want to go to another place. He didn't want it to end. She asked if he want to go to Art Walk. She didn't want it to end. He wanted to share the Uber. He didn't want it to end.
He invited her into his house when he didn't have to do that.
He didn't want it to end. So it's like neither one of them wanted the date to end. It just, the cards fell where Issa had to really be like, all right, this ain't it.
But she had to do that because he wasn't going to do that because she cheated on him and he wasn't going to put himself out there like that time.
And Condola helped.
And I'm just so glad we got Condola up out of here. And I'm so glad because, y'all, when I initially watched that episode and because Condola kept blowing him up, I text Ebony like, Condola better not be pregnant. And then, but
this is the thing. I didn't think Condola was pregnant, but this goddamn internet, y'all really have like a Tyler Perry mentality. Like, y'all take simple situations and be like, They got HIV and then they gonna fall in a bowl and then they gonna have some babies, but then no, they don't have HIV now. It was chlamydia. It's like, what? Y'all go far. Like,
and I heard Condola sent Lawrence to mess with Issa so that he could hurt Issa.
And I don't understand why we think Lawrence is so bad.
Right. Why he would do that to Issa. But like, because Ebony hadn't seen the show then when I first texted her that, but then the next morning Ebony texted me like, well, do you really think Condola is pregnant? I was like, well, after watching it again, she could just be blowing up his phone because she just talked to Issa at the block party and realized that Issa and him weren't talking like she thought that they were.
She made it up in her mind.
Wants Lawrence back. Now she's like, nah, no, Lawrence is a really good dude.
I fucked up because I was insecure.
Yeah, let me get him back.
But too late, and it is what it is, and I'm here for it. Like, I was happy that they did it. Like, but that's my personality.
And I even read that Issa is look at her being all desperate when Condola is blowing his phone up, and it's like, but Condola, he not with Condola.
He's not with Condola, and at the end of the day, him and Issa's been broken up for a year. Mm-hmm. Him and Condola been talking for a couple of months. Uh-huh. Him and Issa were together for 5 years. Yeah, there's no desperation about that, sis.
And they felt like the chemistry and all that familiarness with each other just
felt good. Yeah. And sometimes stuff just feel good and you act on it. And even like the song they played, I think that was it Rose?
Baby Rose.
Even the song they played I think the first verse and then they skipped to like the bridge. But like the second verse of it is like, tell me baby how you like me now. Wasn't the world beautiful when I was around? You'll never find a love like mine or something.
So many things I want to say, but I want to show you.
Yeah, it's like
so many words get in the way.
And I
want to show you.
Even that song to their scene for the first time outside of everybody being mad, like when everything's on the table. That was even the perfect song because, like, honestly, wasn't the world beautiful when we were together? Wasn't the world just beautiful? Weren't we just, regardless of what was happening, wasn't this a good time? Uh-huh. And I just think that was the perfect song for a perfect moment. And the fact that Issa didn't come off desperate in the morning. Issa could have been like, well, what are we now? Yeah. Issa kind of was just like, all right.
Mm-hmm. And in the song, Baby Rose says, how do you like me now?
And both of them. But that was both of them. Yeah. Like, and I think both of them was like, wasn't the world beautiful when I was around? I think that was a comment for both of them. Mm-hmm. How you like me now is a comment for both of them. He knew he was going through something. I'm back on my shit. She grew too. I'm on my shit. She even said, I think I'm the shit in the episode. So,
because he was like, when she realized that he had actually brought that engagement ring,
right?
She effed it up,
and I just think, and it didn't come off desperate the next morning. Yeah. I think the thing is about that,
Lawrence didn't want her. She could have stayed the rest of the weekend.
Lawrence didn't want her to leave. Lawrence saying, I'm gonna take you home. It's cold let me figure out a way to get into your apartment to get you back to my apartment. Because niggas are slick.
Let's go do this at your apartment.
Yeah, right. Because niggas do stuff like that. Like, I got you. You sure? I can call Uber. No. No.
I need to have a life.
I can help you. And let me tell you something. I watched Jersey Shore. It ain't shit for niggas to call a cab. Taxi? Nobody remembers. Right. Listen, Jersey Shore will get you the fuck up out of there.
Right.
Ronnie, Pauly D, The Situation. Ronnie will get your ass up out of there.
What was the other one? Him and Pauly D, they best friends or whatever.
I know which one you talking. Damn,
Benny.
Benny. And Benny was a nice one. Benny said taxi.
Cabs are here.
Cabs are here.
Cab here. They would be having sex and the girl be in the bed like, your cab outside.
No, it was that one episode. I don't know. I forgot who was watching. It might have been a situation. They were having sex, and the situation, whatever deal, like fell out. Didn't happen for him. He was eating a sandwich at the edge of the bed watching them have sex. And he called the cab for her too. It was like, cab is here. Oh, sir. You don't even know who had sex with her. Like, why are you calling the cab? Oh my God. And that season where Ronnie and Sam took the three bedrooms, like the room with the three beds.
Mike was so miserable.
But why would they do that?
Because they were just dumb.
Why just to get a room together?
They were just doing stuff just to make the other roommates.
I Jersey Shore, top tier reality TV when it was on. But anyways, so like I enjoyed that episode. Because I'm like a lover anyway. So them going on a date and hashing everything out and both kind of realizing that Issa cheated. She crossed essentially the line, but they were running to that line together.
And he accepted his he took accountability for his own actions just as well as she did. So, but what I wasn't expecting was that they were gonna go so hard and so fast into.
I wasn't expecting episode 9 to be like that because I'm like, it's TV. But the reality in me, that is actually how it goes. Mm-hmm. You know, like, because it's TV, I thought they will kind of like plot twist it where it'll be different. But reality to a lot of these situations, when you jump back in with your ex, you kind of just jump back in with your ex.
I just don't want them to like fizzle out, like, because you know, sometimes when things happen so quickly, then it ends so quickly, and I just don't.
Yeah, I don't want them to, but honestly, and the funny part about me, that whole entire montage of them just eating food and fucking on this blue sofa that Lawrence was fucking a whole bunch of other bitches, that sofas wore out.
That was actually their sofa first.
They picked the sofa. They picked the sofa out. She gives it to him. There's a whole montage of him fucking across that sofa with multiple girls. Then we see him and Issa fucking on that same sofa with.
But he wasn't pounding her out like he was in other girls.
He did pound her out that one time though. But that's either they didn't leave the house on time, either they didn't get out the door, or they got right in the door. Either way, I'm not upset. Yeah. Get your life. Because that reminded me of season 1 when she was talking to Molly and she's like, sometimes I want to be face down, ass up. I was like, Lawrence
is giving it to you
Lawrence
now.
Definitely face down, ass up in you, and I'm not even mad. But I just think my favorite part about that whole entire montage was actually the part where he was just laying at her lap watching TV. And I was just like, I mean, honestly, that's what it's about. Like, you can't really chill. You can have sex with a lot of people, and you can have decent and good sex with a lot of people. But like just chilling, and he was like, they were chilling. He was like caressing her hand. I'm like, this nigga really, he a goner. Like he's so gone. And it's just like they just watching a movie. And out of that whole entire montage, because there was a lot of sex and a lot of random food in that it was like Chinese food in that montage. Them just watching TV was like, I was like, oh, this is actually sweet.
Or them both working at the same time.
That was sweet because they were drinking Baileys. I was like, why y'all just drinking Baileys like that? That really
out of the bottle.
Just like Baileys. Why Baileys?
Oh, it's gonna tear your stomach up.
What? I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, well, why Baileys? That was a bigger issue than I was saying. Like, so Baileys? And then I know, like, a part of me knows, like, niggas. Like, I feel like she was like, well, I gotta work. He was like, well, come over here and work.
Right. Well, we can work together.
We can work together. Because something about Lawrence is still very...
Come over here and help me prepare for my interview.
Right. Yeah, bring a computer. I got Wi-Fi.
Right.
That's what... The funny part about that whole montage was them doing the Baileys and actually them just watching TV. All that other shit was just like, damn, y'all niggas is really fucking in this house.
Yeah.
That blue sofa wore out.
Let me tell you, Nathan would have texted me and I'd be like, so me and my man are back together. I can't help you.
I honestly, I wouldn't have brought it up. I would not have helped him. Either I would have helped. Two things about me. Either I just would have helped him and that would, I mean, we wouldn't have did nothing. I just would have helped him and never said nothing, or I just would not have helped him at all. Because I just kind of feel like, I get what because people was like they said she created a problem, but I completely get why she said something to Lawrence, like, just in case if shit just happens.
Somebody tell you they saw me with the guy.
I need you to know where I was at.
Running the chat, and he tell you.
I need you to know where I was at. And I appreciate that about her. I
think that's also within this newfound transparency between them two, and because before they weren't communicating, and so now it's like
over communication.
Yeah, but then also they're not in a relationship too, so it's like they could still communicate to a certain extent. Like, okay, well, this guy has hit me up. We're not together.
That's true, and this is where it gets tricky because I'm not with this. I'm hitting this. I'm gonna do this with this guy who I'm not with. The girl I thought you were with, you're not with. So now we just both single lingering, and it's just that's when shit gets super confusing. Because the second he made the comment about Condola, it was like Condola was the only person you were worried about. And And honestly, y'all spend way too much time really to be dealing with other people.
Well, first off, what I would have liked to have gotten from this episode
Shut up.
I would have liked to have seen Lawrence break the news to Condola.
She want to see Condola cry so bad.
I want to see her face cracked and her heart broken into a million pieces.
Terrible.
I mean, you know, and more so not because of Condola, but more so because of y'all, the viewers.
Y'all really hype Condola up, and me and Chrissy never seen it. Well, I didn't see it for Condola.
I never saw it from Condola.
Chrissy really,
I was like, she's weird.
That girl talked for half a second. She's like, I hate that hoe. And
No,
like, what?
it was not that. It was when she went to Lawrence's house
After that meeting or whatever they
and
had.
I was like, no, she's weird.
She did reverse cowboy him right quick.
Yeah, I was like,
All that for him to still be entranced by Issa's vagina. Ain't that terrible?
right. And I was like, she's weird. And then the low-key thankful episode really was like, I knew that bitch. I knew it.
I'm so vindicated.
I'm vindicated.
No, so outside of that, I'm happy with Lawrence and Issa. I know they're not gonna let me stay in my happiness, cause and I meant to say this. Brandy, I have a friend named Brandy. Her girlfriend Polly really hates that Issa and Lawrence are back together. She wanted it to be more of a fight for Issa, but Lawrence ain't no asshole nigga, so I didn't expect it to be like a. I just didn't expect it to be
like I
a
said,
lot.
I kind of expected to see, like, because he's still interviewing for a position in San Francisco, so them just kind of seeing like how they were gonna maneuver it, like, okay, well, we're dating, like we see each other, but you know, and I guess more so for him to like kind of make Issa work for him, I guess, in a sense.
Fuck you and Polly. Because I'm going to tell you something. Polly, hold on. Polly, I'm talking to you directly, bitch. If something happens with Issa and Lawrence this Sunday, I'm on your neck, girl.
But not in a way of him making her work for it, being an asshole, but just them taking their time and them getting to know the new.
But the exact way Lawrence is acting, I expect, because he's just a nice, like, y'all like to think he's not
Lawrence
like a nice
is a
guy.
Relationship. He's a monogamous.
Yeah, he likes relationships, and he's actually just a nice guy.
He felt so. He didn't even like his whole phase. Like
He didn't like. I liked my whole phase more than Lawrence liked his.
He had that threesome that didn't go well, and sat outside the dunes and wondered if he should go back to Issa. Like Lawrence is not happy in these streets.
Like he really wants a home.
Yeah,
he wants a home.
Yeah,
and it makes sense how that montage at the beginning was just him and Issa in that living room chilling all day, every day, because he wants a home. He wants to have to be somewhere for somebody.
Right.
He's the type of nigga that be at work was like, so what time you get off and what time will you be there?
Right. Lawrence came from a 2-parent household where he's like, I want that.
Right.
And he said it when he had that meet up with his dad the last season, where he was just like, well, how was it so easy for y'all? And his dad was like, it wasn't. But what I also do appreciate is that everybody knows that Issa cheated on him, but nobody seems to hate Issa. Because even during that episode, his dad asked about Issa. Like, you know, how's Issa? Even with Chad, Chad may have been like, oh, that's whole shit. But Chad don't care if he get back with Issa. And Derek is even like, well, would you get back with Issa?
Yeah.
So I like that.
I think the only person that will be having an opinion that's not like everybody else's is Molly.
But that's just because Molly want to be difficult.
Because even Tiffany was just like, well, it's difficult. And Tiffany kind of was just like, let them work it out.
Yeah.
And I feel like she said that because her and maybe her husband had like a conversation.
Yeah.
Because she was just like, well, it's difficult. But she said it in a way that she wasn't shocked.
But I don't remember if it was season 3, but Derek said that he and Tiffany had to stop talking about Issa and Lawrence because they would get into it. And so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. Mm-hmm. But, like, I just feel like everybody else would just be like, all right, well, this makes sense. Like, y'all young, life happens.
Yeah.
And cheating, people get online with Issa and Lawrence and act like they didn't go up for, like, the most ratchet-ass relationships.
Jody and Yvette.
They deserve to be together. I love that couple. No, but, like, Jody and Yvette...
Queen and Slim. Y'all doing whole engagement photo shoots off of Queen and Slim.
Boomerang, The Best Man, Poetic Justice, Jason's Lyric. Like, it's all these ghetto ass love stories. The Best Man. Like, if anybody should not have gotten with anybody, it is that goddamn, what was Morris Chestnut's name?
Lance and Mia.
Lance Armstrong should have left Mia ass at that altar. You know what I mean?
Actually, Mia shouldn't even accepted a proposal from him if she knew the nigga was cheating and decided to get back at him by sleeping with his best friend.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And y'all went up for a lot of relationships, and y'all really just tried not to go up for Issa and Lawrence.
And y'all really be like, they toxic. And it's like, no,
they're actually not
toxic. They just went through something, but neither one of them
But y'all quote baby boy.
Right.
Let me say a dick nigga. Y'all quote that.
But y'all want Issa to be with Daniel, who skeeted in her eye.
Yeah, he did skeet her eye.
And basically did it and was like, well, baby, that is payback for, you cheated with me.
And y'all want her and Nathan to be together when they didn't give us enough of Nathan and her for me to even be like, wow, a love triangle. Like, at least I got a lot of Whitley and Byron. Whitley and Byron was one of them things where I knew she should end up with Dwayne, but they gave me enough Byron to give me an argument. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or even Keanu. They gave me enough Keanu and Dwayne to make a valid argument about Dwayne and Whitley. They didn't give enough about Nathan.
Yeah, I think her and Nathan have good chemistry with each other. Because, I mean, he gets her goofiness and stuff. And he, when she starts singing, it's so cold in the deep, he picked up right where she left off. So, I think they have good chemistry. But now since Lawrence is back in the picture, I mean, Nathan can go.
He gotta stop assaulting us.
Yeah, Nathan can leave us alone.
Kristen really be saying that about everybody. Condola can leave us alone now.
I just had to tell Candace the other day, like, Candace, leave me alone. And she was like, you're mean.
No.
I will show you the text message because I was like, no, Candace, really. Like,
leave me alone.
You would have been like, Candace, leave me alone.
Like, this shit's funny. But no, okay, off them. Because we could talk about them clearly forever. Clearly, we're team Issa and why you say Chris is so damn stupid. Okay, so fast forward. What do you think about Molly and Issa?
I have definitely been in the situation that Molly and Issa have been in. With Molly, I can understand Molly to an extent having her guard up with Issa because as we've seen in this season, Molly has been wanting to talk to Issa and Issa's been kind of like brushing her off. And I mean, Issa has been busy with her block party. And so I understand Molly's hesitance to talk to Issa, and plus I can be stubborn like that too. But what I don't like about Molly is that Molly is solely blaming the block party on Issa, and that's mind-boggling to me that she doesn't see her own fault in that. And also, my thing is, if you want to talk about the block party or just y'all issues in general, we all know that Molly is more direct with her feelings than Issa. And you saw that Issa was extending an olive branch to you by inviting you out to brunch, by paying for your brunch, by being like, girl, I love you. And so why didn't you saw she was trying, so why didn't you just bring up the issues that y'all were having? And you didn't have to bring them up aggressively because, I mean, you just got from therapy, so I'm hoping that you may have learned some type of communication skills in your therapy session.
I didn't like the way she talked about the brunch to Andrew versus the way Issa talked about the brunch to Lauren. And
because it was fake on Molly's part.
Yeah, Molly was just very fake the whole entire time. And even with Issa saying she was helping old boy move, because then she said, I don't know, like Molly wants people. Molly has a way of holding. Krista said Molly's a Taurus, so essentially she's saying Molly is me.
I said Molly must be a Taurus,
which she's trying to say Molly is me. But what I don't like about Molly, even like with her dad, it's like you hold on to stuff in a weird way, and I'm a Taurus and I do the same thing. She holding on to stuff in a weird way. And it's just like, if you have a problem, say you have a problem.
Yeah.
Don't vibe out with somebody and put somebody in a comfort zone to send the wrong text. Because honestly, that text, Issa getting up and leaving is the best idea she had. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because
but Issa also acknowledging, like, I saw this text.
Yeah, I need you to know.
Now I'm leaving.
And that's big of Issa, because Issa really
wouldn't have done that before.
Yeah.
Issa probably would have just been like, okay, well, I'm just gonna
wait till she realizes and then act like she didn't realize.
Yeah.
And so it was just, and then the thing with Molly was like, I'm trying with her, as if they haven't been friends for all those years.
Yeah. And I didn't understand, what do you mean I'm trying with her when you don't have to try? Like, just
be.
Yeah.
And then I think she wanted like a cupcake from Andrew. Like, you are trying. Good job, girlfriend.
Clap.
Yeah, I feel like she wanted more. Like, she wanted a response from Andrew, or like a gold star from Andrew too in that process.
When Andrew has basically already been like, well, why don't you just talk to her?
Yeah,
like
Andrew's
y'all are
been saying this is stupid.
Yeah, y'all are best friends.
Andrew thought it was stupid since the block party.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, give me a gold star. I am trying. You see me. And Andrew's like, well, we're having a good time, but you mean you trying? I thought we were all having a good time.
Yeah.
And then I can see Issa being like, damn. First of all, you've been with this nigga for 5 seconds. I've been your best friend for years. And now you kind of like throwing me under the bus like that to like.
I mean, even though Issa did throw her under the bus to Nathan.
Well, Molly still met that nigga through Issa and Nathan.
But
and honestly, it still didn't get back to Molly. So that will always be the difference. I know what Issa did, but at the end of the day, Molly don't know that. She don't. Like, it's just weird. It's Molly just. I want Molly to do better next season.
Yeah, I want because
at this point, I'm like, with me, we'll end the season with Issa riding off with her nigga to San Francisco, and then them just minding their business. Lawrence is great sex, a best friend, a partner, and a husband all in one. By this time,
you know you're gonna get that ring from Lawrence.
Yeah, you're going to get the ring. It's coming, Issa. The ring is there, sis.
It's coming.
Stay on the path.
Right.
Stay course. Stay the course.
Right.
And y'all get along. And you miss Molly, but you will be fine.
You still got Kelly.
And that's all that matters. And that's kind of how I was, because that was me in the show. I was just like, damn, Issa. Well, you and Lawrence back together, so.
Well, no,
that was a win.
When that friendship stuff, especially when it's like, because I've had friends where we've just grown apart and it really wasn't like any discussion to be had. We just grew apart and it just is what it is, and you know. But then I've had a friend where we fell out and we didn't talk, and it was just like, and that was just a really hurtful thing. And so, I had a friend where we like fell out, and it was a really hurtful thing. So I can't just be like, well, Issa, you got Lawrence now.
No, I'm saying that, you know. And honestly, I do want Molly and Issa to like become friends again. I do.
But also for the people that's acting like Molly is just like, nah, I got a nigga and I don't need Issa. I don't think that's like, I don't think she's like that with Andrew either, where it's just like, well, I got Andrew now and I don't need Issa. She's genuinely trying to work on her relationship with Andrew, and she felt Issa wasn't being supportive. But now, that whole brother situation, Molly better get it together. She better.
Molly sounds very. Molly ways are coming out with the brother, because my thing is, I understand that sometimes you're not gonna like your spouse's friends or family members, but once you kind of clock them, you know how to deal with them. Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, whatever happened in Mexico, the brother either didn't care and it wasn't a big deal to him, or he was extending an olive branch. And I think Molly should have took the tickets and went. Order your vodka tonic, get your popcorn, and have a good time at the game. I think it was that simple. But Molly once again made it bigger than what she needed to make. Mm-hmm. And Molly has a way of doing that, like making situations that don't have to be Molly might be me. Making situations bigger than what it needs to be. Oh my gosh, she's a Taurus.
She is I, and I am she.
And I don't like her. But yeah, so I don't think Molly and Andrew are going to last with her not liking his brother, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And Andrew can only but for so much longer be like, okay.
The reason for the season.
Yeah. Like, well, yeah, that was wrong, but why don't you think of it this way? Or, I understand your feelings. And I don't understand this whole with her saying to him, like, well, you shouldn't put me in a position that makes me uncomfortable. Sis, that's his brother. At a Clippers game, you could have been like, hey, and watch the game. And you know what I'm saying? So
that's still his brother. Like, a situation that's uncomfortable, nigga, my family.
Yeah.
You sound stupid. And he should have said that then. You should put me in a situation I feel uncomfortable. Christmas with my family, Thanksgiving with my family, New Year's with my family, Memorial Day with my family, 4th of July with my friends, wedding, children, the birthday of our kids with my family. Like, nigga, you sound dumb as fuck. My family, bitch.
Yeah. So I don't know, Molly, she need to get together before she's off on her own. She's in this season.
On my own.
Yeah, she.
What song is that?
I'll be sure. Off my own. Yeah, but also, and even, I also think Molly played her hand like she ain't played the right way when she was talking to Issa, because with that whole like, well, maybe we just don't fit anymore. I personally am watching that. I don't think that she thought that Issa was gonna be like okay, and I don't think that she also thought that Issa was gonna grovel. I thought that she thought that like maybe her and Issa would continue the conversation and get their feelings out. But when she hit Issa with the, well, maybe we just don't fit, the type of person I am too, I would have just been like, well, all right, and we're done.
Even if she said it as an open-ended statement, you have to always remember that Issa just seen a text where she was like, look, I'm trying. Mm-hmm. So now add the, see, I'm trying with her with, well, maybe I think we just don't fit. Even if that was open-ended, you got to remember a text was sent too. So now Issa's thinking about this text that she just saw that wasn't for her. Mm-hmm. And then you like, well, maybe we just don't fit. Issa probably still thinking about that text. And then you say something like that, she might not be seeing your true emotion. So even though I still think that was terrible wording for Molly.
Yeah.
And I think Issa should have said okay.
Well, did you watch it? You watched it again? Did you see what I'm saying? Like with Molly, like
I get what you're saying, but then I still go back to the fact that Issa seen this text. Mm-hmm. And then Molly didn't seem super like inquisitive about what she said. Molly was a bit definitive in it too. Like Molly didn't seem that sincere.
I didn't see her being definitive with it. I felt it just kind of being like, well, maybe, we're not.
You're showing more emotion than Molly just did.
Kerry Washington pulled that out of her.
Kerry Washington did pull that whole scene out of Molly, and okay. But I didn't. I see more emotion in Issa saying okay than what I seen in Molly saying that statement. Mm-hmm. Like it, to me, out of that situation, especially because Issa had seen that text, the way Issa was trying not to cry right then, Molly should have came in and be like, all right, well, let's just talk. Because Issa really just said okay, but then like, I think if I remember this correctly, before she said okay, she stopped herself from crying and was like, okay. Because honestly, if I was Issa, I would be tired. I had to just get my nigga back too. Like, I really just wanted to get my nigga back yesterday. And here you go with this shit.
I also wanted to talk to you about it. Because
and I
you're my
can't.
best friend.
But then you kind of was a mess too before we even... I get it. So Issa like getting in the car and going, I was more with her just like, girl, go home and decompress and wait for this nigga to come back from San Francisco.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And tell this nigga about this.
And cry with him and make love.
Cry with him and have sex. I'm with it. That's what I'm on at this point.
Let him wipe your tears away.
Easy. When do you fly back?
You may have missed I mean, you may have lost your female best friend, but now you have your male best friend.
Right. Because
It was going to give you the D.
It is. And, you know, that works out, girl. And buy you some food. But neither here nor there.
Because he's buying food now.
You know what? I don't even understand what the show's about anymore. But I just, with that text message, that put Molly in the doghouse, and I feel like she should have been the one trying to
most definitely
fight for it.
I don't understand her holding on to this, because at this point, by the time they got out the house, you could see that Issa, not that she was broken, but that Issa was broken.
She was hurt.
Yeah, she
because
was hurt.
you're essentially talking about me with somebody else.
Yeah,
I don't care that's your nigga.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you could see that she was hurt, and so at that point, and not only was she hurt, but she was like, okay, well, Molly, then fine, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the block party. And Molly was like, well, I mean, we've been off for months, so you know, maybe we just don't fit.
And then
I think that,
and I just think Issa just didn't have no more fight in her.
Yeah, she didn't.
I think that text was the definitive, like, okay.
Look, Issa's been putting in a lot of. She had the block party. Then she had like the little emotional and mental breakdown with her mama. Then it's like now she back with Lawrence and she's trying.
And that's still a lie. Like
she being transparent, trying to make sure they on the good.
Stay balanced. He might be leaving. I don't know what's going on.
Right. Then Nathan just dropped on her that he
was bipolar. Even though I have a friend, Brandy, who was just like, she was not moved.
Well,
I was moved. I personally was moved.
Yeah. Like, it's just Issa, a lot has been thrown upon Issa, and she just want her best friend back.
She just wants to be able to have a conversation.
And the thing is, she's been open and honest with Lawrence and Nathan, but then it's like she can't be open and honest with Molly.
But then she knows Molly, and it's just like the same way Andrew kind of feel about Molly. It's like people tiptoe around her because of her reaction. Mm-hmm. And she didn't make it easy for Issa because she had strong opinions about Condola and Lawrence. Mm-hmm. So she kind of made it hard a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, I don't fault Issa. I don't fault Issa for wanting to come out the bubble of her and Lawrence at this point. Yeah. Hell, the song they played right after it was like... No, not that song. After episode 9, it was like, I don't want to change I want to stay in the bubble. It was a song like right after their montage and the Insecure, but they showed the Insecure like sign or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It was a song. It basically was like, I want to stay in the world we created. I want to stay in the world we created. That song. Okay. But it was just like, she want to stay in a bubble. She happy. She ain't. Yeah, she got no problems.
Want positivity.
Yeah.
She making waves with her professionally.
She's trying to figure. Yeah.
They started planning another event and stuff. And
she ain't got to remember. She had a bad year. Or 6 months when she didn't know what she was doing. So, and I mean, essentially, she still don't know. And she said it like she was trying to figure everything out still, but she just wants to be in a space, and you know.
Well, all I know next week, Issa better choose wisely.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. We can wrap this show up. After the dating, the date episode 8, after episode 9 and the montage and all that good stuff, I will be very annoyed if they have her. I don't think it's gonna be a choosing episode. That's me though. That's me being hopeful and wise. I don't want them to have it where she has to choose between Lawrence and Nathan, because I don't even think that's a choice. I think the choice is Lawrence. I prefer it to be something happening that has nothing to do with Nathan, where they either have to take a break or slow it down. Which,
her and Lawrence. Yeah, that if they're gonna end, I want them to end or slow down or whatever on their own terms, not because somebody else.
When I mean their own terms, I mean both of them are very happy with the terms. Yeah. I don't want it to be something like ridiculous, because they already went through something ridiculous, and at this point, if they go through something ridiculous again, especially if it's Issa's fault, I would be like, Lawrence, take your ass to San Fran and go marry a white girl and be happy. That's me though. So yeah, I hope the issue, because they kind of building it up where it's like supposed to be like a, who does Issa choose? And it's just like, it's no.
She would be dumb not to choose Lawrence.
Like, why would you not choose Lawrence? He's exactly the person you built him up to be at this point.
Right.
Girl, you won. Ring the alarm. Like, you won Ring the Alarm, literally.
Right.
You won the game. Not too many people win the Ring the Alarm game. Most bitches gotta let that nigga go and watch chinchilla coats and shit.
Right.
So, I don't know. But, I don't know. We'll see. But we'll be back next week because we're definitely taping Monday after the finale because we can't wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And there's no more TV until Greenleaf comes back.
Right. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode. And, you can follow us at We The Viewers Pod.
Come on
IG and Twitter.
And Facebook.
I am LUV Christy on Instagram.
And I am Latoya Ebony on all platforms. And you can catch us we'll be back next week, not right after the finale, Monday after the finale, because the finale comes on Sunday. We be at the house child. We ain't gonna do all that. But we'll be here. So we hope you guys enjoy. You good? Nothing else?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, bye y'all.
Bye.